Okay, guys. My name is Sipiso. Um, yeah, but thank you for joining me. If you are watching, I wanted us to address something that is bothering me right now. So I was watching a podcast, and then they mentioned something, and then it got to my head, and I did some research, and what I'm trying to address is the unemployment that we are facing as a country, and then to also pose a question or like, is our government really working towards decreasing the unemployment rate? The answer is no, because then it doesn't make sense. So our government spends approximately 2.9 billion a month. 2.9 billion a month on the relief fund, the 370 relief fund, right? And then, so if we can spend that much money monthly, a year I think it's 35 billion, right? If we can rent, if we can spend that much money, right, on a relief fund that is supposedly supposed to, I don't know, to shut us up about the unemployment and to be okay with it, is that how how about we actually take that capital and start our own factories, not wait for international companies like BM, Nisa, and all those companies, international companies, to come and invest in our country. Not wait for those, because it's not like we don't have business people in our country. It's not like we don't have entrepreneurs. It's not like we don't have the youth with ideas. We do. It's just that uh, our politicians do not take us serious as a country, in a sense that all these politicians, their job is to get in office, think, strategize on ways they can keep us shut and keep us on our in our houses, actually keep us in our houses, because it doesn't make sense that you, as the head of the state, you can go outside, borrow money to create more unemployment, because what you are doing is to create a dependency on the system. Because I don't want to say the government, because they are all the same. You create a dependency to the system, right? Because even if we vote for another party, even if we vote for another president, they all think the same. They are all from the same school. They are all from the same school. They all think the same. I don't care about their policies, their party's policies. I don't care about that. Everyone is trying to be the man in office, and then once they get to office, they all do the same thing. We were complaining about our former president, Jacob Zuma, or he's corrupt, he's this and that and all that. Now we got another one who's supposedly a billionaire. He's a businessman, he's a strategist, he can take us to greater heights. But then it doesn't make sense. Instead, he created more debt. Even if he leaves office today, imagine from 2020, the money that we borrowed from outside the country to pay for that 350. How much is it? And how long will it take South Africa to repay all that money? Because it's still ongoing, that relief fund. How much? We still haven't recovered from COVID, because then the vaccines that we got from World Health, that organization, World Health Organization, I think it's, the vaccines we got from there were loans. We didn't buy them, were actual loans, right? We tried to produce our own, but then the ones that we got from outside the country were loans, right? So like, with I'm talking about the loans that I saw before me. I'm not talking about the loans that happened in 1994 or in 2002 or 2006 or 2009. I'm not talking about those, because I wasn't fully conscious by that time. But I'm talking about the things that I've been seeing, the things that people my age, the yoke people, the 2000s, that the loans that were happening in front of them. How long is it going to take us to recover from that? I'm definitely sure we haven't even started repaying the for the vaccines. We haven't, because we keep on taking loans. So our country will keep on getting into debts. So even if these politicians leave office, right, and we move another party into office, that party will find the office full of debts. And then by that time, we as a country, we're like, no, we put you in office to make changes. You can't. When your country is in debt, is in debt. If your country is owing a USA this much money, you are under USA until you repay the money. If your country is owing UK money, you are under UK until you repay the debt. If your country is in debt owing Russia, you are under them until you repay all of their money. Right? It's like umashonisa, guys. It doesn't matter if you were a government worker, you were a soldier, you are respected. But once you go to umashonisa who did not go to school, who did not do whatever, who's not respected or whatever, once you go to him or her to borrow a 1,000 and he wants it as a 2,000, until you repay that mashonisa, you are a small kid to that mashonisa. You can't do any shit. You can't go to the courts. You can't do that. Until you repay him, the mashonisa has the right to come into your house and make all the rest that he or she wants, because you owe them money. That's why a lot of things are happening, and then South Africa is supposedly like have to keep quiet about things. We have military bases that are happening outside of our countries, and then we're supposed to keep quiet. We were supposed to have our own nuclear power bombs in South Africa, but then the people that we owe said no, you can't. Right? Why? Because they know if we can create our own nuclear powers, then we stand a chance to defend ourselves in time of need. But then they want us to be weak and vulnerable. The time they come for us, they really come for us. If we're thinking that America, our president is a speaker, we are wrong, guys. If America wanted to attack us, if USA wanted to attack us, if they really wanted to attack us, especially with the current president, it would have been long gone with South Africa. And we don't have anything to defend ourselves. By the time our alliances like Russia, like China, have to respond, South Africa will be a mess by that time. And then when they respond, it means by that time we also owing them more, because I'm definitely sure South Africa is owing China something. South Africa is owing Russia something. I'm definitely sure. So by that time they respond to America and whatnot, the damage would already been done, and then we would be in more debt with them and also with America, because it's not like after them damaging our country, the debt will be over. It doesn't work like that. You have to repay them. So if the people that are supposed to lead us do not care about us, because then it doesn't make sense that you come on a public platform and say you care about South Africa and you still go out and make out loans. Just come on. If it would make sense if you go out, you make out loans, because we don't have our own machinery. We have Abo Lekau, we have Abo, the owner of Galaxy Boy, we have the owner of Amakosa, and all that, producing their own products outside of the country. If you really cared about South Africa, you would go outside to borrow money so that we can create our own factories, not the factories that come from overseas and then create jobs here. We create our own jobs. Our own jobs. If if our government can show me one thing that is truly South African, that is helping South Africans, because I'm definitely sure the people that are schooled, they went through university, they go and work at ABSA. I'm talking about they go and work at Discovery, they to go and work and, but then all those companies are international companies. Show me one thing that the government has done like that is truly South African. Show me. There is no one thing that is truly South African. And my thing is, we can have like a South African um, who came up with these ideas to have maybe to start a bank, but then the international have a hand in making that thing a reality. Not our government helping that person so that the whatever product it is, whatever bank it is, whatever factory it is, whatever company it is fully owned by South Africans. The founder is a South African. The shareholders, the board is at least the government of South Africa, not some or international investor or some white person from elsewhere, from Scotland. And obviously, with business, they buy you out as time goes on. You came up with the idea, but as time goes on, especially when they realize that this thing is moving, and then within the next 10 years it's gonna be up there, they buy you out because you did not come with the capital, and your government was not there to help you. And it's not like they do not have the money or the funds. They do. They just don't want to give it to you. They don't want you to have that power. And it's all because of the decisions that are taken by these politicians, right? Even this current president is taking irrational decisions to appease people and to put South Africa into more debt and more trouble. Even the previous before that, which was Kgalema Motlanthe, because the previous was Jacob Zuma, then before him was Kgalema Motlanthe, then Thabo Mbeki, then Nelson Mandela. All of them took decisions that put South Africa into jeopardy, into debts, into trouble. All of them. Yes, into making such decisions, there's some good decisions that they made, right? But then most of the decisions that they taken and made for this supposed country that is supposed to be ours is to put us into debt, into trouble. And then I don't know. I don't know if it's a black man's mindset, or it's a mindset that was influenced by white men, because obviously they looking after their interest. So I'm not sure if it's within our identity to think like that. Because if it is, then we are fucked. But then if it's a decision that was influenced by white men, then it's time that we took a stand. And then sharing information like this, especially to young people, the old ones can go and they fought their own fight. They won it. Now I'm talking about the economic struggles that we are facing as a country. The old ones, they won the freedom, so for us to not be banned from certain, to go wherever that we wish to go, right? But then we are fighting a different battle. So I'm talking to the people my age, right? The 2Ks. The people, at least maybe 1990s, you can be within us, because you still, you were born within that democratic era, right? But then for the people that are around my age, I mean, it's time, man. I think we have gotten so much comfortable with the freedom that was won by our elders, to a point that even the policies that they put in place kind of restrict us. But then if they were able to win a fight against white people, then it can't be that difficult to win a fight against our own. It can't be that difficult to win a fight against our own people. As we stand, because then it doesn't make sense that we still don't have our own companies, We have people with great ideas, but then we are forced to take internationals as our funders because the government doesn't want to help us. It doesn't. All they care about is their pockets, because I don't know because of what. I don't want to make assumptions. But then it's time we took a stand. This thing of, especially things like this, talking on the internet, blah, 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 blah. It's time we took a stand. In terms of policies and the energy that parties show, I'm sort of inclined with one other party because their fight makes sense. But then I know that even if we put them in power, they all think the same. They will find already issues in office. So by that time, it's too late to change things that happened back then, because then they signed a contract, right? So, but then it's within us. It's within us. It's within us to take a stand and fight for what is truly ours and our children that are yet to be born.